Good morning. My name is Lisa Daisel. We're very excited this morning to have this session about career opportunities at Alfa Laval. Just in terms of the program, we will be doing a welcome, which I'm doing now. So my name is Lisa Daisel. I'm from the UNISA Directorate for Counseling and Career Development. And with me, I've got my colleagues, Mrs. Mandu Makanya, as well as Mr. Beki Mzobe. So please feel free to post any questions that you have as you are listening to the presentation in the Q&A. We will have a Q&A session at the end of the presentations to help you answer the questions that you've posted. Thank you very much, Mrs. Makanya. If you could just introduce our speakers from Alfa Laval to us.
Thank you, Lisa. It gives me pleasure to welcome our speakers from Laval, Alfa Laval. Our speakers are Masikati Nkadima. He is the finance manager for Alfa Laval Sub-Sahara Africa, and he is also a qualified chartered accountant with 9 years extensive experience in oil, mining and engineering industries. And his goals and aspirations include to be an expert in the field of business strategy and driving transformation with organizations, also to become an industry expert and always be abreast of technical changes within his area of work. He works in executive positions and add value to various entities by having a footprint in different committees. And his achievement is that he was one of the few audit trainees to be signed off earlier due to excellence. That is 5 out of over 150 trainees. And secondly, when he was in his 3rd year of articles, he was approached by one of their audit clients to join their mining companies to lead their finance team, a challenge which he gladly took. So out of his work, he finds fun in participating in lifestyle, beauty and fashion content creator on Instagram and YouTube. And our second speaker is Mr. Moses Mudibela. He is the sales manager for energy in the same organization. And in terms of his education, he is a process engineer in a chemical engineering. He has process engineer with a chemical engineering background, and he has completed a leadership program with Ashright Business School in the United Kingdom. And presently, he is studying with UNISA towards a BBA, a Bachelor of Business Administration degree, which he hopes to complete next year. His passion includes being a energy hunter, that is solving customer problems in his passion. His goal is to contribute to lower carbon emission. And his interests include when he is not working, it is not in the plant any longer. When at home, he spends his time in the kitchen, simulating the plant process, trying different recipes. And he is a runner and a cyclist, and also enjoys reading and listening to audio books. Thank you, Lisa. Over to you.
Thank you very much. If we could just ask Ms. Masuku to share the presentation with us, then we can start with the presentations.
Okay, just to check on my end.
Thank you very much and welcome everyone. Yeah, we're going to quickly take you through Alfa Laval, just a background on who we are as Alfa Laval. Alfa Laval was started by Gustav Laval, as you see him in the picture. He started inventing a milk separator in 1845, around there. So he invented a milk separator, which was used to separate milk and cream. So from there, he continued with his own invention. He invented a heat exchanger and a steam turbine. All this was based around the dairy products, actually. So during his time, he started almost about 37 companies, and out of those 37 companies, there were a number of companies that came up after that, which continue with his invention. The next slide, please. So this gives you a timeline of how we developed actually from 1883. In between 1813 and 1830, that's when the first product was sold in South Africa, which was a milk separator. So, and during that period, a new company was established in South Africa, which was Alfa Laval at the time. So Monli was in a business of selling milk separators only at the time. So as it continued over the period of time, plate heat exchangers were developed mainly to increase the shelf life of the milk. So they were used as pasteurizers, as well as using the steam turbine to generate steam that was used for that on those pasteurizers. So today in 2023, we're still using the same products actually, but for different application as well. So we have them in different industries, the plate exchangers for heat transfer and the separation for purification of different fluids. But something interesting that you should know, always when you get a cartoon of a milk, when you look underneath, you'll see the sign of Tetra Pak. When you see that, you must know that that milk have gone through our separator and pasteurizers, because today in the milk industry we are represented by our partners Tetra Pak. The next slide, please. Yeah, we exist to accelerate success for our customers, people, and planet. So this is what drives us actually, to make sure that we give service to our customers, and we look after our people and the environment that we exist in. So that is very something that you'll see more in our slides, that we're more driven by our people, customers, and environment. Our purpose is putting customers first, of course. That's what pays our bills, and empowering our people to make sure that they are competent enough to stay and face the challenges of the industrial development today. And all our efforts is to make our world a better every day. Yeah. How we do that, we try to come up with cost-effective, we deliver to our customers, come up with cost-effective, innovative solution for purifying, refining, recycling material. And we're committed to optimize customer process. As we say, we always optimize customer process time and time again, and creating responsible growth and driving progress. So we work together with our partners and all stakeholders, and be responsive to needs, and always going extra mile to support and achieve our business goals and sustainable targets. People plays a very important role in our business. We see our people as assets. So we have an open and very supportive informal corporate culture in Alfa Laval. And we believe in giving people responsibilities, and that shows that we demonstrate trust in them and help them to grow in their careers as people. We focus on safety and respect, and over and above that, we always believe in open communication and transparency. Yeah, making our world better every day. We align ourselves with sustainable goals as proclaimed during the Paris Coalition. Sustainable both in necessitating and business opportunities. So, but we are better placed because our technology enables us to play more on major role in that environment, to be able to respond to natural resources and reduce environmental impact on industrial process. We have very efficient technologies in improving the energy efficiency and heat recovery for better water treatment, reduce the emission in the industry. So sustainability focus areas in Alfa Laval with our customers are looking at clean energy, maybe your green hydrogen, energy efficiency. We look at recovering energy from, I mean, normally in our process, you'll find most of the heat being flushed into the water down the drain or vented into the atmosphere. So we work hard to try and recover that energy from for better use in the industry and save the use of fossil fuel. Sustainable food and circularity, that's what drives us in our focus on sustainability. What drives us? What I always say to people when they talk about Alfa Laval, I said there are three things that drive us: the environment, the standard of living, and globalization. So we look at strict environmental changes that we see in the world today. Try to reduce waste, try to reduce the emission. So that what we're striving on that. That's where we make money as Alfa Laval, and because we have solutions for that. The high standard of living, we know today you get all ready-made food from the shelf, and that's where most of those processes that we contribute to that. They're using Alfa Laval equipment in those processes. Globalization, creating the demand for transportation. I can tell you that almost 80% plus of the vessels you see in the sea have Alfa Laval equipment, ranging from oil cleaning to freshwater generators that are used in the vessel. So, and yeah, the impact of the climate change and the water scarcity, we play much role in those. Yeah. These are the type of industries that we cover. I think it's safe to say we cover all type of industries, excluding your aviation. So we have footprint in every type of industry that you can think of, except aviation. We have to be able to get more out of our business or our market. We have split our focus areas into 3 divisions, and we have what we call energy division. I will explain that after later. And then we have food and water. Basically, that's all edible food, all edible material or anything that you can drink, and the wastewater as well that we used and to try to recycle and reuse it. And then we have marine that is taking care of all the transport, that not only in the sea but also inland. Your big trucks as well. We do have support them and try to help them to improve the efficiency on the operation. And coming to energy, what we said, energy is everything that is not food or marine. So everything that falls outside those, that will cover your petrochemical, your refinery, your mining operation, that falls under energy. Our key technologies, and as I indicated when we started, that was in those two major technologies that were invented by our founder, Gustav Laval. We have, can you please click? We have heat transfer, which are mostly heat exchangers. So we have heat exchangers in all 3 divisions for different applications. And our heat exchangers, we have both fully welded, and we have plate heat exchangers with gaskets, and we also have shell and tubes for depending on the type of application. In the marine, you'll find our boiler systems as well, and the gas systems mostly to reduce or to remove the NOx or the greenhouse gases. And separation, we still use it, as I said, in number of application and energy. In energy division, we use energy separation for maybe for your tailings, mining tailings, We do also have, that is a mechanical separation, by the way. Then we still have thermal separation that we use to evaporate and recover solids and condense the water and reuse it back. So, and we refer to that as zero liquid discharge, or zero waste discharge that we use. In food industry, we also have high-speed separators and decanters, which are both mechanical separators, which are used in food processing and different type of positions in our food plant. And we have food systems with a complete processing plant, like for your vegetable oil or edible oil, your avocado oil, a number of different types of edible oil. We can supply the complete system for processing that oil. And marine, we have separators, we have heat exchangers. Yeah, we have the heat transfer equipment and the fluid flow, fluid handling equipment. Those are mostly the equipment that are used in your food industry and marine pumping system. Yeah, our strength, I think, is our brand. We are globally, we're a global company. We are there in every corner of the globe. We have a highly engineered product, and that is we're being respected for that in the industry. I think most of companies, when they think of reliability and efficiency, Alfa Laval can always come into their mind. We're a global marketing leadership. We have a large customer base and geographical diversification. We have large install base, as I said. Most of industry hardly not come across Alfa Laval equipment in most of industry. Yeah, as I said, we have a very strong brand that we can be recognized everywhere we move. Yeah, over to you, Mascati.
All right, hi everyone. Just to report on our key figures for the financial year 2022. These are represented in million euros, and it's for the global company and not just the sub-Saharan company, which Moses will touch on later on this presentation. On invoicing basis, we reached 4.9 million euros for the year. Order intake, which was an increase from prior, around 5 million euros. And also our adjusted EBITDA for the year, which is basically our profit that we made after adjusting for costs that are not directly related to the operation. That was sitting on 16%. Our return on capital investment was 17%, meaning that for each rand that we put in, we got 17% back. And the number of employees globally, we are sitting on 20,300 employees, which means we are a big company, big corporate, well-established and also profitable in the market space. In terms of our order intake, which was sitting on 5 million on the previous slide, which is split between capital and service, with capital sitting on 72%, while service jobs sitting on 20%. So you can see that most of our revenue are generated through the sale of capital goods. And then if we divide it by technology, which my colleague Moses has already touched on, at different kinds of technologies we are involved in. Heat transfer currently sitting at the highest at 42%, separation technology 18%, fluid handling 23%, marine 8%, and other small products sitting on 9%. Here we are presenting orders received by the region, with Africa and Oceania sitting at 2%, which shows that there's still a room for growth, because if you look at the other regions, they're already developed countries, and as such, the equipment are not really well known or well established in our region. 2% purely means that there is still a lot of market in there that we can still penetrate, and invoicing that we can also break into. So amongst all the regions, we are currently still the smallest, followed by Latin America, and the biggest currently is with Asia sitting on 41%. Moses, back to you.
Yeah, to stay relevant in the market, we have a well-established research and development facility, which we at least every year we launch 100 100 new products. Some of these products are existing products which we reinvent or refurbish or I'm losing terms. Yeah, sort of. But so we develop this product in cooperation with our partners. Normally, when I go out in the field and I came across a challenge, we try to find, and we don't have a product for it. I have to go back to our R&D and present the challenge to them to find a solution. If that is a marketable a product that we can produce, then we develop new products based on that. Yeah, so we have more than 4,000 patents at the moment out in the field. Our R&D to keep it running, so at least on annual basis, they get at least fair share of a budget. About 2.6% of our total sales, net sales, goes to R&D. So globally, we have 37 major production units strategically placed in different parts of the world. Yeah, you find them some in Asia, some in US, and a number of them in Europe. And we have more than 100 service centers, including 2 that's under our operation in Africa, one in Angola and one here in South Africa. And the sales companies, we have at least sales companies in 55 countries, of which we have one in South Africa and one in Kenya and one in Angola at the moment in our region. And we have sales representation in a number of other countries. That means in the form of agents or partners or spotters in those countries.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
one of our strengths is our presence globally, but we do have a strong local presence. Yeah.
Okay. No, thank you, Moses, for that. I think we just want to, you've been hearing our voices a lot. We just want to play a video that also just tells more about Alfa Laval and its presence in the African region. Okay, just bear with me. You'll let me know when we can all see this. There we go.
Hi, my name is Anders Pentelius, Managing Director of Alfa Laval's operations.
Are we able to hear the sound?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
In Southern and Eastern Africa. Today, Alfa Laval celebrates its just over 95-year presence in Africa. Alfa Laval Separator Company was first registered in Durban back in 1920. However, the first creep separator was sold in South Africa already 1890. Only 7 years after the company was inaugurated in Sweden in 1883. Alfa Laval South Africa manages the company's operations for Eastern and Southern Africa. Today, the head office is located in Isando, Johannesburg, where we moved to already in 1970. Alfa Laval has branch offices in Nairobi, Kenya, Luanda, Angola, and in Cape Town. The Johannesburg Isando operation has, apart from sales, a service center where products are serviced and assembled, adding value to our customers. Alfa Laval is currently busy of opening service centers in Durban and in Angola, directly and also through partnerships to serve our customers better and faster. Alfa Laval is a leading technological-based company and has developed products since 1883. Today, Alfa Laval is the leading global supplier of products and solutions for heat transfer, separation, and fluid handling through our key products: heat exchangers, separators, pumps, and valves. With the vision of creating better everyday conditions for people, Alfa Laval's solutions focuses on the world's increasingly demand on food supply, saving energy, and protecting the environment. Alfa Laval is committed to those goals. Our products are involved in treating water, reducing carbon emissions, minimizing water consumption and energy consumptions, as well as various food processing solutions. Good ideas that Alfa Laval gets from its customers, partners and own research lay the groundwork for profitable development. These good ideas, combined with the company's pioneering spirit, have contributed to Alfa Laval's strong global presence. Alfa Laval currently holds more than 1,900 patents, launching between 35 and 40 products every year. Alfa Laval's worldwide organization, with over 17,500 employees, helps customers in over 100 countries to optimize their processes. Alfa Laval's customers can almost be found everywhere, and it's truly remarkable and exciting future ahead of us. Alfa Laval's success lies in good customer loyalty, strong expertise by our employees, strong product development, and strong, versatile business partners. Thank you for your loyalty and devotion. Together, we will make a difference. Alfa Laval South Africa is truly excited to develop the future together with you. Thank you. Tack så mycket.
And you have a good sense of what as Alfa Laval we stand for and what way we operate and what we do, and also our presence in the South African space. Back to you, Sir Moses.
Yeah, just to add on that, today we are 103 years in South Africa. So that video, when it was done, we were just over 95 years, just for your information. So we have been in this country in this continent for ages. Yeah, the reason of us coming to you is to appeal to you that we have opportunities in Alfa Laval. We are looking for young talent. We are looking for engineers. As you have seen the clips that we have shared, we're not selling shoes or off-the-shelf type of equipment. We sell high-tech equipment that need people with an engineering background who can support our type of equipment and being able to communicate and see how they can add value in the process of our customers.
Yeah. So in terms of where to find us, we are present digitally on LinkedIn. That's where also our careers get posted. So if you head out there to see where what is currently vacant, and throw your application through there, as well as on Alfa Laval website, our careers are published there. That will also give you the same information that you would get on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome stuff. And just to add on what Maskati has highlighted, right, in terms of our career opportunities, right? When you see there, you'll see opportunities such as inside sales, because we said we are a sales company. We have field sales engineers as well. We have field service engineers because we have a service center, and then we go and service the customers that we alluded to in terms of the equipment that we install on site. And then we have product and application engineers who design this equipment that our customers will be looking for. So when you see those opportunities as well, they're now trying to, like, maybe you might be shocked, why is there a field sales engineer? But it's just the uniqueness in terms of the business that we operate into. And then as Sir Moses highlighted, that we have also a service center. So our field service engineers will be from the service center, but also we have career opportunities in the HR space. And then we'll touch out more on that when we look at the year's programs that are available to you out there. So thank you. We'd like to close this part of the segment and hand over to you again, Les.
Thank you very much. So I believe we have Mr. Madibela and to share with us again about the energy division. So the next part of the program will be just introducing the different divisions that Mr. Madibela mentioned in his introduction to Alfa Laval. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, energy division, as I indicated, we're looking at everything that is not food or marine, that's food and water treatment. Though by water treatment, we still look after our industrial waste from the energy division, since in most cases, we try to recover some of the products. But mostly what drives us in energy division, we're looking at optimizing our customers' process time and time again. So I will be dealing with this customer for years at the moment. For your information, I've been with the company for 18 years now, and I've been visiting one of those customers all the time and look at opportunities to improve their process, either debottlenecking or looking at heat recovery. Yeah, next slide. As I indicated, this is what keeps us busy in the energy division on daily. We're looking at heat recovery, liquid purification, maybe your oil, your lubrication oil, so that we can increase its lifespan or shelf life to be used more often, or to be used for other applications after it has been used in the lubrication system. So we're looking at cooling. We're looking at solid liquid separation, maybe both mechanical or thermal evaporation and condensation that we do, and interchanges where we recover heat from one stream of the product to preheat the other stream of the product. Yeah, and mostly is looking at optimization of the customers' processes and debottlenecking where they have challenges. And in some cases we handle green field projects. Those are new projects. Yeah. So this is what keeps us busy. The exciting thing about what we do as an application engineer or process application engineer or field sales engineer, or you may find yourself being a service supporting service after sales support, or being in a service center helping with the equipment that can be repaired or reconditioned or maintained in the service center, or you can still be a product specialist. The interesting thing is today you can be in a mining operation, mineral processing. Tomorrow you can find yourself in a petrochemical processing like your Sasol operation, and the next day you can find yourself in engine in your refinery. So you become exposed to different industries. It's such an exciting job because every day is different. And what's more appealing for engineers in Alfa Laval is you still find yourself applying what you have learned. Actually, I still using Stokes' law. Those who knows about it. I still use Bernoulli's theorem. I still go back and look at the at different theories on heat transfer. I still do mass balance. So most of those things that I've learned when I was doing my chemical engineering, I still apply them on a daily basis. So that's what's exciting about Alfa Laval. Opportunities in Alfa Laval.
Thank you. I believe next we've got Thabang Mahlangu. Mrs. Makanya, if you won't mind just introducing Thabang to us.
Thank you, Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Thabang Mahlangu. He is in a position of sales. He holds a bachelor's degree in political science with a major in international relations. And his roles and responsibilities include the following. He started working for Alfa Laval as a customer support intern for the Marine Division in June 2022. His role then was to assist the customers with their inquiries for spare parts throughout Africa, Mauritius, Seychelles, and Saudi Arabia. His responsibility was to create quotations for orders placed by company clients, a task he performed diligently. His role has since grown significantly now that he has been promoted to inside sales level. He still assists with quotations, but now his role has more emphasis on sales functions, such as better selling products and meeting customer needs while obtaining orders from existing customers in Africa, Mauritius, and Seychelles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Thabang Mahlangu. Over to you, Lisa.
Such a nice and warm welcome. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is well. And yes, as said, I am Tabang Mashangu. I am the inside sales for Marine Division. And just to give a brief overview of Marine, specifically on the key aspects that we focus on, the first being efficiency and reliable operations. Now, this is something that we focus on specifically through longevity when it comes to the units or the equipments that we provide, as well as their operation. Because it does no good if you support, or if you try to support customers, but it fails every year. So we aim to assist the customers through longevity of our units. And then the next being compliance, specifically when it comes to environmental emissions or standards. It is very stringent, specifically in harbors all around the world, because every country will have their, what's the right word, their restrictions or that this vessel needs to meet these kind of standards and so on and so forth. So through the equipments that we provide as well, they have to meet standards, and thankfully a lot of them do. And then the final key aspects that we focus on is productivity, where that will be the optimal use of our equipment, where it is being used for the desired use, and that it performs the way it should. So yes, that's a brief overview of the key things that we focus on in Marine. But just to describe, or not to describe, but to explain my key functions. So as said in the introduction, I started as a customer support intern, whereby I only assisted, well, not only, but predominantly I assisted with quotations, where the customer will come through the salesperson, and then I'll do the quotation and then send it back to the customer. Since then, in my promotion now to inside sales, it's more sales orientated. So when it comes to new customers, I'll have to screen them. So that's to understand what their needs are, to understand the product that they need, and then to make a great recommendation. And then also quotation is still a part of my function now. And another thing that I also have to, on top of that, is to act upon qualified opportunities. So if they fall underneath my scope, which is after sales, then I will assist them accordingly. Or if it falls underneath a different scope, whether it be capital sales or service, and then it's to refer them to the correct person. Now, as a Marine, we don't just work with vessels. That's the connotation. But we also work with land-based units, whether it's power plants, whether it is paper mills, essentially anything that uses a diesel engine, we as Marine will take care. And the key regions that I focus on is South Africa. A lot of my customers are in South Africa, in Angola, Ethiopia, Kenya, and then outside of Africa, it will be Mauritius and Seychelles, where they predominantly are land-based units such as power plants. And yes, that is my brief summary of Marine.
Thank you very much, Tabang. So next up, we've got Wulisani Muvangu, who will be sharing with us information about the Food and Water Division. Mrs. Makanya, if you could also just introduce Wulisani to us.
Awesome. It gives me pleasure once again to introduce Wulisani Muvangu. His educational background includes BTech, chemical engineering, a degree with the University of Johannesburg, and also a master's degree in engineering management with the same university. He is the regional channel manager, South and East Africa, specializing in fluid handling technology and heat transfer technology in food and water division. He is responsible for providing technical, marketing, and sales expertise to global key accounts and country-specific channel partners in valve, pumps, tank equipment, and heat exchangers. His personal brand includes the following. With a 3 years experience in engineering sales, he is a collaborative, strategic, and solutions-oriented engineer with over 9 years experience in food and beverage processing as well as process engineering and project management. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please welcome Hulisani Mubango.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, so today I'll be presenting the Food and Water Division. As you can see, our motto is that we exist to accelerate success for our customers, people, and ensuring that we save our planet. Next slide. So the Food and Water Division basically utilizes the three key technologies mentioned by my colleague, Mr. Moses, which are separation, fluid handling, and heat transfer. So in the Food and Water Division, we use our technology in high-speed separators for industries such as brewing, pharma, and also edible oil. And then when it comes to decanters, we use our decanters for olive oil and other edible oil processes. And we also offer decanters for certain industries such as wastewater in sludge handling. And then in the hygienic fluid handling division, this is where we have all processes which are require stringent hygienic accreditation or certification, which is your beverage, your pharmaceutical, and home and personal care. So we supply mixers, pumps, valves, and other installation materials. And to also assist customers, we have condition monitoring, which is technology that customers can actually use remotely to monitor the efficiency of their equipment. And then in the food and food heat transfer section, so basically this is where we are getting the most recognition with our business. This is where we supply heat exchangers, different types of heat exchangers, gasketed frame, plate and frame heat exchangers, surface scraped units, and also semi-welded units, which are very critical to actually improving the efficiency of the plant. And then lastly, we have the food systems. So this is where Alfa Laval focuses on greenfield or brownfield projects where we give customers complete turnkey solutions where we supply whether it will be an edible oil plant or a complete beverage or agro systems processing plant. So on this slide, basically, we will show you, I'm going to show you the industries that we serve. So we serve the breweries. These could be your large global key accounts such as Heineken and South African breweries, AB InBev. And we also supply our equipment and technology to dairy and plant-based drinks. This could be Nestle or Parmalat Lactalis. And then other industries that we supply equipment to is the pharma and biopharma industry, which you could have your vaccine or your pharmaceutical companies such as Adcock Ingram, Aspen Pharma, and many more. On protein, this is where we extract animal protein so that we could produce blood plasma, or actually also produce oils which can be used in animal feed to complete the full cycle from cradle to grave. In edible oil, we have customers such as your Willotin and Wilma, which these are basically different types of edible oils that we produce. Beverages, we supply equipment to companies such as Coca-Cola and also Kingsley Beverages and PepsiCo and many others. In wastewater, we deal with municipalities to produce potable water and also to handle any wastewater that is generated in different systems. And then lastly, one of the heat-intensive processes are ethanol, sugar, and starch environments or industries. This is where we supply our heat exchangers mostly for energy-efficient processes and also reduction of our carbon footprint. So in Alfa Laval, so basically Alfa Laval's transformation, basically as a person or as an individual, an engineer who would like to develop themselves within this company or within this space of engineering sales. So Alfa Laval offers platforms such as the learning portal, where one could plan their growth with regards to doing e-learnings or enrolling for class or facilitated trainings. I, for one, have done one facilitated training in 2022, which was for a specific program that it's called PROMAL, Alfa Laval Project Management Systems. This is a system where we learn how to actually manage projects, large projects, the Alfa Laval way. And also, next, to ensure that I can improve my personal brand, is that global networking is very important. Aligning with different Alfa Laval colleagues from different places in the world to learn more about the product offerings, the industries, or the applications that our products are relevant for. For example, we have a colleague who recently just left Alfa Laval South Africa to join our head office in Sweden. He was enrolled into an Alfa Laval program called Lean Six Sigma Black Belts. He's currently handling large projects in around the globe, which are responsible for improving efficiencies and reducing waste in our production facilities. And last but not least, to make sure that one grows and increase the personal brand, one needs to ensure that they mix the two. Learn as much as possible continuously, because learning does not end, and also align with the global network so that you could actually build your own personal brand to become an expert, or to actually go to different facilities or companies that Alfa Laval offers, to become either an industry specialist or a technology specialist within Alfa Laval.
Thank you very much, Ulisani. So up next, we've got Ms. Innocentia Masuku, as well as Tumishu Mamogobo, and they will be sharing with us more information about the Yes for Youth program available at Alfa Laval. Thank you.
Lisa, if I may come in.
My apologies, Mrs. Makanya, I forgot to ask you to introduce. I thought that you would.
Before I proceed, I think I didn't do justice to introducing Hulisani. There was some information about him that I think it's very important for our students to know that I didn't mention. In terms of his goals, his goal is to improve end-user experience throughout the customer journey with Alfa Laval products. And yes, he is an achiever. He was appointed to senior management as processing manager at the age of 25. And the fact about him is that he's an undercover athlete, a 100 meters sprinter. Yes, thank you. And apologies for that, Hulisani. Next, it will be Innocentia and Tumisho. Yeah, okay, I'll start by introducing Tumisho. Is Tumisho Mpitse Mamogobo. He's a qualified become accountant with he qualified with his degree in become accounting with the University of Limpopo, and she's currently pursuing postgrad diploma in accounting science with UNISA. He joined Alfa Laval on the 15th of May 2023 this year as one of their Yes for You youth program in the finance department. His interests include interesting fun facts about Tumisho is that when not busy with 9 to 5 Alfa Laval work, he is an entrepreneur and a freelancer. And her motto in life is she has tomorrow for a reason. And Innocentia Masuku, I'm so grateful for her because this day happened because of all her background work. She's an HR resources business partner with Alfa Laval, and her qualifications include a BCom Industrial Psychology with the University of Johannesburg, and she is our alma mater as well. She holds a BCom honors in she's our alumni, sorry, and she holds an honors degree in industrial psychology with UNISA, an advanced labor law qualification with UNISA, and also holds a postgraduate diploma in business administration with GIBS. Her work experience is she worked in different industries, that is Transnet, Mercedes-Benz South Africa, Bridgestone as an HR professional, and now 3 months with Alfa Laval. Her passion includes self-development, as that is the best investment that one could ever make. Diversity and inclusion. Our strength, she believes that our strength resides in our diversity. And ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a warm welcome for Tumisho and Innocentia. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Mrs. Makanya. Innocentia.
Sorry, I just had to unmute myself there for a moment. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. And I'll just head over to our slides back there, just a bit. All right, I'm just going to talk briefly about our opportunities and how we create employment opportunities for the youth in our South African economy. Briefly, as we know from a South African perspective, we are, sitting at a 50% unemployment rate, and also this affects most of our, our youth in the country. And then the government, in partnership with the YES, came up with a YES for Youth initiative that also as Alfa Laval, we have taken advantage. We have taken advantage of it so that we can make sure that we work together and we are good corporate citizen in making sure that we address this big issue of youth unemployment. So it's as Alfa Laval, right? We have this Yes for Youth program that we host internally, whereby we give the recently qualified graduates from various institutions. We give them experience in the field that we highlighted, as Moses was highlighting in his presentation. And if one has made a good impression, right, in the organization, you showed potential. When there are opportunities in terms of vacancies that might come about, one can be absorbed within the organization. So our target for this year in terms of bringing in the Yes for Youth, we had 9 that we're sourcing for. And so far we are standing at 6 that we have already taken in for the Yes for Youth 2023. And then we have taken 1 in, the food and water division, taken also 2 in the energy division, and then also currently finalizing in the marine. And also we have taken, 2 in the service center space and 1 in the finance and support, of which is Tumisho. Tumisho will be talking to us shortly. And we are looking for 1 in the human resources space. So there is a vacancy there you can go and apply. So I just wanted to highlight this and just put an introduction to Tumisho as she advocates and attests to her own experience being a Yes for Youth within Alfa Laval. So I'll hand over to Tumisho. Tumisho, over to you as our Yes for Youth graduate in the finance and support intern space.
Okay, morning, everyone. Actually, it's not morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Mamorobo Tumisho, as introduced. I am a graduate in becoming accounting. I started with University of Limpopo. Currently, I am with the University of South Africa, which is UNISA. I am doing my postgrad diploma in accounting science. I joined Alfa Laval in May 15th, 2023. So it's fairly new, but what I love about working here is the support that I get from my colleagues. And also I love the fact that Alfa Laval is very inclusive in their recruitment processes, as some companies, when they do put out posts, they mention that they only need people from various or certain varsities, and then they don't include other people that are from other varsities. But with Alfa Laval, they are very much inclusive in that regard. And also I love the fact that there is a lot of things that you can explore within the same company. There is sales if you are interested in sales, and also there is finance side if you are interested in finance. It's not only you're not only limited to one career path, you are allowed to and encouraged to explore other opportunities within the company. And also, I love the fact that they encourage their employees to study further and develop themselves. Yeah, so that is my experience with Alfa Laval.
Thank you so much, Dumisha, for that. And just to highlight one more, Thabang, who was representing the Marine Division, he was also part of the YES program within Alfa Laval, and he's now absorbed right into the organization. That goes to show in terms of we give the youth the necessary, experience for them to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they become available within the organization. With that said, we just want to say thank you to UNISA. Thank you for affording us the opportunity to showcase the career opportunities that are within Alfa Laval and share with you what Alfa Laval is about. And I'm sure you now know and, reach out to us and then like to be part of the Alfa Laval family. And you're looking forward to receiving your applications and welcoming you to Alfa Laval as our future or prospective employees to join the organization. Thank you to the UNISA, organization. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Innocentia. We've got a couple of questions from people that were coming through, so I just want to share my screen quickly. Okay, so our first question, just waiting for it to reload. So there's a question from Takalani who asked, are there any internships available for undergraduates seeking work experience in their specialized field of study?
Okay, I think I'll quickly Takalani was asking, are there any internships for graduates in their field of study? Is it for maybe for graduation purposes or just because we just highlighted in terms of the Yes for Youth, right? We have the opportunities where we bring in graduates in the various areas within our divisions. But also, I think I'll give this one to Sir Moses. We do provide opportunities for graduates if they want to do any theses or any research work within the organization if it has to do with them obtaining their qualifications.
Yes, yeah, to add on that, we do have that opportunity. And if you go on our website, you'll find that a link to that. You can send your application, then you may find a subject for you to work on. But depending on what Takalani is asking for, which specific discipline is she focusing on?
Okay. On the website that you've just mentioned, do you then specify what kind of graduates you are looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Generally, we're looking for, yes, we do have the special, but generally we're looking for industrial engineers, chemical engineers, mechanical engineers in most applications, since we are focusing in a process industry. But that is not limiting people who are doing electrical engineers as well, may have an opportunity in our service center as well. So it depends on, yeah, on the type of areas that you like to focus on.
Thank you, Moses. So that relates to a question from Khmotsus who asked, do you employ only graduates and mostly from what fields? Okay, so Sia was also asking, do you have a graduate placement program?
Okay, so that, Les, I think it will talk to our Yes for Youth program. That's the graduate placement program that we have, where we bring in the graduates and give them the experience, and the necessary exposure that is required within the workplace, similar to the case of Dumisho and the case of Thabang when he joined as a graduate at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I add on this quick one on the YES program, as Innocentia indicated? We most of companies or few companies host their candidates within the operation, and that we are one of those few companies because we believe that in developing people that we can employ. So we don't just attract YES program candidates for the sake of compliance. We need people who we can employ. So that's how serious we take our YES program.
Thank you. There was also somebody who was wondering how many employees you have in South Africa specifically, and also where do they work?
Okay, so in terms of the employees that we have within South Africa, we have round about, we are less than 50 in the South African space, right? And then in terms of where they work is the various fields that we've highlighted, because we have the sales company where we have our inside sales, our field sales engineers, our product and application, and as well we have also the field sales, the field service engineers, where you'll find them in the service center, and also we have our technicians, and there we are looking at, you know, your FITA antennas as well in terms of the technicians that are there in the service center. And then we have our support function, right, in the finance side that is led by Masikati, where we have our order handlers, we have our accountants, you know, so we have various opportunities within the organization and various, you know, disciplines that people work in to make sure that we reach the organizational objectives. I hope that covers that question.
Thank you. Moses did mention now about the kind of engineers, but somebody was also just asking what kind of engineers. So maybe just as a reminder, what are the fields for engineering that you are most interested in?
Yeah, I mentioned chemical engineering, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, and I forgot to mention the metallurgist as well, extractive metallurgist, more closer to the process. And yeah, we have electrical engineers as well in certain areas. We may be some civil engineers may be of interest in the water industry as well, in the water applications. So depending on where opportunities are, we have a wide range of disciplines or qualifications that we may look at.
Thank you. And then there was also a question, I think it was either Tabanga or Lisania mentioned about a colleague who was placed internationally. So there was a question about, would there be opportunities for international placements if employed? So if somebody could maybe just expand a bit on that.
Okay, and just in terms of, because, okay, Moses will also hand it over to you to just qualify it. In terms of career opportunities, right, Alfa Laval is an international company, and right now we form part of the AMIA, you know, cluster. And then in terms of that, whenever there are career opportunities open and available, the employees within the organization can apply as far as wide as to our, you know, our mother company in Sweden. So there are a vast number of opportunities for employees to apply into, right? Or even candidates externally that they can apply to those career opportunities. As Moses highlighted, to say, well, even when we bring in our Yes for Youth, we bring in people with potential. We look for potential to grow within the company, and only not looking at the South African perspective, but we're looking as well as the international perspective, where they can go within the business, and also people with potential for leadership in terms of, you know, their growth within the organization. Sam Moses, I don't know if you want to add on additionally.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's one of those things that I always look for to export. I call it exporting talent out of Africa, and that helps us a lot because, and we have a number of them actually. Ulisani mentioned one. We have one who went to UK. We have a number of them. One is in US, and other. I think three of them are one is in New Zealand and tour in Australia. So we have people who have been able to move along with us and still join our sister companies outside South Africa. So whenever the opportunities come, we encourage people to go for it, and with the hope that they'll come back with more experience and be able to share and develop our local company more.
Thank you. Tabang, there was a specific question for you. So Rulani was wondering, how did you move from your politics degree to internal sales?
That's a very good question. Because at that time, yes, I was studying political science. I was very unsure, especially afterwards, after I finished studying, of what I will do. But it was through constant application that I received feedback from Alfa Laval, where they said we have a position available for an not inside sales, but a customer support intern. And then I applied for that position. I went to 2 interviews, follow-up interviews after then. And they said amongst the other people who applied, they preferred me the best. So it was honestly, I don't want to say by chance, but it wasn't what I intended. But nonetheless, I'm more grateful for it.
Thank you, Tabang. A very interesting move.
Definitely.
So interested, Rulani, to find out more about that. Okay, we've got just a short question about, in essential, you mentioned that the advertisements are placed on your website. Is that the place where students would be able to go to if they are interested to apply for positions?
Yes, Les, that's the place that they can go to. But also, I know we will have also our LinkedIn profiles there. So we're also present on LinkedIn. So whenever we have vacancies available, we do post them on LinkedIn and as well as Indeed. So, but they can go to Alfa Laval career webpage, and then they can see also the career opportunities that exist there.
Okay, and then the last question for now is from Daniel. He's asking, what kind of person is successful at Alfa Laval?
Okay, as we highlighted, in Alfa Laval, we have some competencies that we look for in terms of people. And when we hire, we hire for potential. We want people who are curious, right? You'd have seen in that slide that we highlighted. We want people who have curious minds, people who are willing to learn, people who are willing to, develop themselves, and people who are always willing to, put their best foot forward. So, and in this Yes for Youth program that we have running, so most of the youth, I think Tabang will also attest, if you are willing to put your best foot forward and show that curiosity for learning and going an extra mile and having a good work ethic and have good networking skills that Hulisani highlighted there, you'll grow within Alfa Laval, and then you'll attract also the attention of the other, regions that we are working with, because you'll not only be interacting from a South African perspective, but we think global. You'll be engaging with people from Dubai, you'll be engaging with people from Saudi Arabia, where we are, and also from Sweden. So they want that eagerness, a person who is not afraid, a person who's, assertive, a person who is willing to put their brand forward and, represent the talent and that they have. I hope that covers it.
Thank you, Inessentia. Okay, there were just 2 questions that came through while we were talking. Somebody was asking if there would be opportunities for digital marketing graduates, and then somebody else was also wondering about opportunities for mechatronics engineering.
Okay, Masukati, on the digital marketing, can you respond to that? We lost there?
Well, yeah, I think we lost there, but so in terms of the marketing, also Alfa Laval has fairly, we have a marketing division that is fairly new and that has started. So opportunities as that function fully develops itself, they will exist in that space, right? But currently it's not housed in South Africa. So it's at the Sweden, the higher level. So, but as I highlighted, whenever those opportunities are available, one can apply. Go to the website, and then you'll be able to apply for that career opportunity in terms of it.
Okay, thank you. And for the mechatronics engineering?
Yeah, Moses?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, we won't have. I'll say, yeah, after Tabang's testimony, it's difficult to say no based on what Tabang. Yeah, but when we're looking for based on qualifications, we will not consider that person. But should that person find himself and make an impression, I'm sure that he will be or she'll be considered. So it's not as no as it is. So depending, you always can get a chance to come in.
Thank you. I think it's important, if I hear you correctly, that even if you think that you don't qualify, it would be important to apply, and then to see if if the company would be able to match or would be able to fit in with your career plans and your field of expertise. Okay, so
Yeah.
those are the only questions. Thank you, Moses. Those are the only questions for now. You are welcome to post further questions if you have. I'm just going to make a few announcements about further events that we offer and some other housekeeping. And then we will end off the session with a thank you, and I will check in again then if there are any further questions. So from our side, we just want to remind students, or if you haven't heard about it previously, to tell you about the Virtual Grad Expo. You can register now for the Virtual Grad Expo. So the basic idea is that you are able to register on the platform. The link to the site is available there on the screen. It's also posted on my UNISA. And the idea is that on the 27th of July, you'd be able to attend a live event where you will be able to chat with employers, professional organizations, as well as other higher education institutions to plan your next steps. So please take some time to register on the platform, and then on the 27th of July, there would be the live event. There's a lot of information about the different kinds of opportunities available in different fields of study. Then in terms of career events such as this one, we post updated information about these events on the My UNISA events calendar. So also just keep an eye out for further events that we'll be hosting in July as well as August. The Grad Next brochure or book is a book that's available free of charge. The link to download the book is also available on the screen. You can see that there's a lot of valuable information in the book about personal branding, doing your CV, preparing for interviews, networking, how to look for jobs, starting your own business, and even some financial management advice. So please also take some time to download this book. As I mentioned, it is free of charge, and it will certainly help you to prepare your next steps. From our side, we would really love to hear from you. So if you have any feedback, questions, or suggestions, please send an email to Mrs. Mandu Makanya. Her email address is also up on the screen. And if you would like to contact us at the Directorate for Counselling and Career Development, please take note of our email address, counselling@unisa.ac.za. And we also have online appointments that you can book with the counsellor if you need to discuss anything related to your career, your academic, as well as your personal development. We also have counsellors available at the UNISA regional offices. You're welcome to schedule an appointment if you would like to talk to somebody face-to-face. Our website at www.unisa.ac.za/counselling also contains a lot of information and resources that you can use for your career, your academic, and your personal development. Then please also take time to go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Unisa Careers. You will be able to download a recording of this session as well as any of our previous sessions that you can then watch on your own time. So that would be it from my side. I don't see any further questions for now. So I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Mr. Becky Mzobe, if he could just end off the session for us. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and good day, everyone. We have now come to the end of today's session. On that note, I take this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues and the entire Directorate for Counseling and Career Development at UNISA to extend my gratitude to Alfa Laval Team for a very informative and interesting presentation. Thank you guys for taking the time to share information with our students about your organization, about the businesses you are involved in, and career opportunities available at Alfa Laval. This information shared today will help our students to broaden their scope for job search, and I have no doubt that our students will take full advantage of these opportunities available at Alfa Laval. Thank you also for contributing to addressing the youth unemployment challenge, like offering graduates internships. Once again, thank you guys. We are looking forward to a continued fruitful collaboration with you. Thank you, Lisa, for steering the ship so smoothly. To all participants who made this event a success, I say thank you. I thank everyone who participated. I hope to see you in the future events. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you very much, Becky. And again, from my side, also thank you to the Alfa Laval team. I'm really grateful for the time that you spent with us this morning, as well as all the students who did manage to attend. Thank you very much.